Hi again, this is Wonder Skippy here, doing a little talk on angels. Um, in the book of Ezekiel, when Ezekiel is shown a temple, he says that he saw a man who appeared to be made of bronze or brass. It's probably bronze, but that was an angel you saw, and I know that because I've seen a man or men who appeared to be made out of bronze also in a kind of a waking dream. I was awake at the time, but it was after in the morning, and I was in the spirit, and I was taken to the throne of God, or the dimension of God, rather than the throne of God. But anyway, it was what I call a throne of God, which is like the third heaven, different dimension, different realm. So I know Ezekiel is telling the truth. He really did see a man that appeared to be made out of brass or bronze, because I've seen it as well. And what I saw was figures that were seated on thrones, and they had pedestals with books on, and they had kind of medieval style pens, like that are dipped in ink, quite long pens, and they were writing in the book and recording something in the book, and they were looking at me as they were doing it. The skin of the people, the angels, was metallic. It was as if they were made of metal, kind of a lightish brown, kind of mother of pearl kind of colour, a bit like bronze, I suppose, but a light shade of bronze. And they were not men or women, because I knew that when I was looking at them. I was looking at them quite intently, and I realised they weren't men or women because they were neither. They had no gender, and somehow I knew that just looking at them, because I was trying to figure out, are they men or women? And obviously they had no wings, because that's a load of nonsense. That's derived from the Roman Greek understanding of angelic type of creatures, or whatever they were, gods or whatever. So angels don't have wings. There might be other types of angels that do have wings, but they're a different order, and they're not human-looking angels. They're other things, other creatures. The seraphim, reptilian kind of creatures, I think. But anyway, these human-type angels, they were wearing long robes that went all the way down to the feet, and the robes were the same kind of colour as their skin. I remember it quite distinctly. They were what I would call mother of pearl coloured, but they were like silk, shiny silk, and kind of a goldy, bronzy brown, but a light shade, quite a light shade of brown, but metallic as well, silky kind of thing. And on their heads they had a thing like a medieval nun, where just the face is showing, like the head is covered with cloth, and it kind of molds into the robe. And there might have been like a kind of a thing around the shoulder, like a medieval nun wears as well. But the robes were traditional sort of robes with sleeves going all the way. And around the forehead they had a band as well. And there were clouds in traditional kind of heaven way. I remember that. Puffy white clouds. And these thrones. And that's about it, really. That's all I remember. I do remember I was flying, and I think I was in the spirit, what they call, and I was flying above, and I was looking down at it to begin with, at these clouds, and all I remember is that I saw something that looked like people, but that they had on the top of their heads was like a cross made of cloth, a bit like a hot cross bun. I think these are probably, I was looking at the top of the angels that I was looking at a bit later, because they were wearing this headdress, but because I was looking later at the front of the face, I couldn't see the top, so the band around the forehead was probably linked with 2 strips of material, a cross, in the form of a cross. So that's what I think angels look like. There is another angel I saw, and it was very similar to the human-like angels of brass, but this one was red coloured, and I didn't get the same impression that it was male or female, or not male or female. I think it was a male, and it was red skin, just plain red, and the robes that he was wearing were red, and they were very similar to the robes that the other angels were wearing, with the same kind of headdress and whatnot, as far as I remember. I don't remember it very well. All I remember is that he was looking very fierce at me. He was looking at me, and he was very fierce, and I couldn't figure out what type of angel it was until someone suggested it was the devil I was looking at. And I thought, oh, that makes sense. The devil is in the book of Job. He has access to the throne of God. So it's quite likely that the devil is actually, or was, in heaven or whatever. I don't know if he's still there or not. But when I went to that realm of heaven, I saw the devil. So he was there, and he was also sitting in a type of a throne, I think. Although people find that offensive, that the devil's sitting in a throne, but he seemed to be. And it was quite a long time ago, so that's all I recall about it. I won't elaborate anymore, because that's all I remember. And that's why people depict the devil as having red skin and all the red angel and all that stuff, because they, in their spirit, somehow they've discerned that information, that there is an angel with red coloured skin. If you look on the film Hellboy, for instance, it's got red skin, the devil in Hellboy, and many other places. You look it up, it goes right back through history. So this confuses me a bit, because I thought the devil was supposed to be a cherub, because in Ezekiel here, this is talking about his vision of the living creatures. Why do people think that the devil has the face of a head of a goat? What's that about? To be honest, I don't know what it's about, but all I know is that living creatures seem to be kind of like a symbol of meaning something else. Because it says in here in verse 5, Ezekiel chapter 1, they had the likeness of a man. But then, if you look through the whole description, they're saying they had 4 heads and wings and feet like cows, and shining made of brass and all that stuff. So how can they have the likeness of a man? So I think that's talking about something else, some hidden meaning there. And then in chapter 1 it says they had the likeness of their 4 faces. They had 4 faces. One was a man, second was a lion, third ox, and then the 4th was eagle. If you compare that to chapter 10, you'll find it again here in verse 14. It's the same living creatures, same event, or a similar event, a bit later I think. It says here we get cherub, man, lion, eagle. So man, lion, eagle, cherub, and then man, lion, ox, eagle. So the cherub is the ox. It has the face of an ox. ox is a word which doesn't mean cow. What it actually means is a group of animals which we know now in modern language as the bovid, which includes goats and sheep and cows and water buffalo and antelope and that whole genre of genus of animals. So according to Ezekiel, a cherub had a face like a goat or a sheep or a cow. I don't know if they've got wings. The living creatures have got wings, but it's on the Ark of the Covenant that the cherub has wings, so maybe they do have wings. I don't really know. My hunch is that this account of Ezekiel is symbolic. It's meaning something deeper, and I think I have an idea what it's talking about, but it's so strange that I find it a bit reluctant to say what it actually is. It's talking about rings here that are so high and dreadful and full of eyes. Well, I think that's talking about the Large Hadron Collider, because why would something be dreadful being so high? And what are the rings? Well, there's one ring. If you look through this, read it for yourself if you're interested. In Ezekiel 1 and Ezekiel 10, it says that there's one ring upon the earth. Behold, one ring upon the earth, it says here. I'm not sure where. I haven't marked it down here, but it's in here somewhere. There it is. Behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. Why one wheel? Why one wheel? One ring. The wheel here is related to the rings. The rings are, in my opinion, are the pathways of the particles, which were dreadful and full of eyes. And I think what this full of eyes is a symbolic thing. Eyes. Hang on a minute, Mum. Hang on, I'm doing a video. Okay, I'll be finished in a minute. These eyes here, it's like when you have this symbolism of Satan and on the dollar bill with the all-seeing eye of Satan. Eyes, in my opinion, is consciousness. That's what that's a symbol of in the Bible. And we're talking about angelic consciousness. And here it says a terrible crystal. Why is it terrible? No, this here is, and when I saw it, I fell upon my face. Well, that means he fell down, kind of like a Muslim does, I think, in kneeling in prayer. So this is used to dramatic effect in the Book of Revelation, but I don't believe a word of it in the Book of Revelation. I think that's just lifted from Ezekiel, as much of Revelation is. My opinion, Ezekiel is recording something which has deeper meaning. It's talking about the Large Hadron Collider and the something to do with fallen angels, or fallen spirits, and consciousness, alien, extraterrestrial, angelic consciousness. This is why I believe that the great white throne judgment is the great blue throne judgment, because it says sapphire stone as the appearance of the likeness of a throne. If this is looking at the throne of God in this flying machine of some kind, it might just be a vision. I'm not sure what it is. It's encoded, obviously. It has codes written into it. You have to try and figure out what he's talking about. But it doesn't say white throne there. It says blue throne, sapphire. The man in linen, I'm not sure who that is. I don't know. No real opinion on that. I don't know. Possibly an angel, possibly Jesus. I don't know. Beryl here is a stone with the colour of amber, and it's also hexagonal shape. Apparently, it's a crystal that forms the shape of a hexagon. This here is, as for the wheels, it was cried unto them in my hearing, O wheel. I think what this is worship of the wheel. I've run out of time, so I've got to stop now, or I won't be able to upload.